Hey there, it's Steve Jazz here, musician turned entrepreneur, and in this video I'm going to share with you the top 3 myths that are sabotaging your ability to turn music into money and give you some steps that you can take right away in order to start your music career. The first myth that I hear hundreds of musicians talk about is this: the better my sound, the more success and attention I'll receive. So the majority of musicians have spent years working on their craft, practicing for hours each day and trying to perfect their sound in the studio, hoping that just one day music sales will increase and life will be sweet. Let me put it in simple terms for you. You're caught up in a fantasy. And so was I for most of my 20s. That is, until I discovered the tools and principles that changed my mindset and beliefs around money. The moment I discovered these tools was the moment I began to see real, practical, and tangible results that aligned to my true calling in the music industry. What I learned was this: music itself is not what's going to get you attention and sales. What will get you sales in the long run is your personal brand, what you stand for as a person, and why it's so important to you. For example, your beliefs, your values, your movement, or social cause. Let's use Lady Gaga as an example and talk about her mission and story versus her actual music. Lady Gaga is not the most incredible singer or dancer I know. I certainly know better singers and dancers out there, but she has this incredible mystique that seems to draw you into her values and what she stands for as a person. So what does she stand for? Well, let's get a little deeper and talk about her story. You've probably heard or seen an interview of hers, or heard from a friend that she was bullied as a child and called a monster at school, beaten up and even thrown into a trash can. Pretty deep and emotional stuff, right? Exactly! That's where your relationship with Lady Gaga begins, and people don't even know it. People love hearing stories, and they have been used in marketing for hundreds of years. Today, professional marketers call it story branding. Now, here's the real secret. People don't follow you for what you do, but rather why you do it. So the first essential step in your journey to making money as a musician is to discover your why and align it with your personal brand. To discover your unique value in the marketplace. Now, the second myth or challenge musicians have is that they believe they don't have an inspiring and compelling story or message to share that's of value to others. Now, I'm not saying that you need to fabricate a story in order to get noticed. Not at all. What you need to identify are some of the turning points in your life up until now and craft this into a story which can be used on your social media and website to attract your target market and those who resonate with it. Much like Lady Gaga, who targets females who have been bullied and alienated from a social circle at some point in their lives. Being certain about who you are, what you stand for, and what you have to offer in a way that helps others is the key to aligning your talent with the wants and needs of your audience. This will generate interest, and you'll then begin to gain credibility as a professional in the music business. Just start with this simple step and get your emotions and mindset on track to offering service and value to others by sharing your story, and watch the magic unfold as you begin to inspire people to take action and follow you and your cause. And the third myth or belief that I hear musicians claim is that they're no good at sales. It's important to know that selling is not as complicated as you might think. In fact, it's quite simple once you understand what actually takes place when a fan buys your merch or music. Let me break it down for you in basic terms. Selling is an alignment of values between two people. Once you have done your research and identified your audience's values and linked them to your own values, your story and brand, you create an alignment or a match with your target market, and you'll start noticing more responses. Whether it's more likes, followers, sales, it's at this point that you realize that building a career in music is about building trust and credibility with your audience. In fact, your ability to create a monetary exchange is determined by your ability to articulate your value and connect with others. Think of dating. On your first date, you might speak about what's important to you, your personal values, and what you can offer as an individual. And this would be backed up by the way you present yourself and your physical appearance. On your second date, you might have a conversation and mention some of your personal story and any challenges or breakthroughs that align to your values and what's important to you, so that your date can see that what you're saying is validated and that earns you trust. And finally, at some point, you will establish enough trust in the relationship to seal the deal and eventually commit to an official relationship where there's an exchange in both a personal level and on a financial level. At this point, it's important to know that once you've established a relationship with your fans or customers, your job is to continue to offer them value, keeping them updated with your projects, new releases, and always look for ways to give them something that's of value. That's where the monetary exchange occurs, and you can start creating marketing campaigns that actually convert into sales. Every musician is different and unique in their own way and will have various types of offerings. However, if you can make $5 doing what you love, you can make $50, $500, and then $5,000, and so on.